Hi traders, welcome to Morning Report. Just want to do a quick little video as to what I'm looking at for possible setups today. Doesn't mean to say we're going to get them at all. However, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is for only educational purposes and information. It expresses my own personal opinions. It does not offer financial advice. By watching this video, you agree not to hold the distributors of this video responsible for any of the ideas and opinions expressed. We all know that trading currency is incredibly high risk, and because of its high leverage, you can lose some or all of your money. If you have any doubt about trading in the currency market and you feel the need for some advice, you need to go and seek out the advice of a qualified registered financial advisor before any investment is made. But let's get to it. Right, I want to have a look at the dollar index. Now, there's been quite a bit of strength coming into the US dollar, and not sure exactly why. The commentaries or news that you watch suggest that the yields are going up, and that's why, but we'll just have to wait and see. I said a few days ago that this is the key area. If we get a break above here, we could see continued strength. At this stage, it looks like after today's or yesterday's bar that we're just going to maybe go sideways, but any break below the support here, look to your US dollar crosses again for further strength against the US dollar. So with that being said, the first one I want to take a look at is Aussie USD. Now, we came off the top here and we've had a little bit of a pullback, and I talked about the possible buy zone in here. Just because we've got a strong candle from yesterday doesn't mean that we should be jumping in all over it. I prefer a deeper pullback, and because I don't see a huge shift lower in the US dollar, I'm just waiting, because this could go sideways for days or even weeks. This is the key area here for a breakout. Anything down in here is I'm looking at still buying, as long as the Aussie dollar maintains its strength over its US dollar opposition. At the moment, the US dollar on the strength indicator is the weakest currency. New Zealand and Aussie are the strongest. Now, on that indicator that we look at, that is a freebie, currency strength chart. At the moment, remember that refreshes every 5 minutes, and currently the pound is stronger, but I would not be looking at getting into any pound pairs to Frankfurt and London come up. So any break above here, I've got alarm set. I have not got pending orders. I've got alarm set, so I would be evaluated and checked to make sure that all my green lights line up to be green before I got into any trade. And you can see with the Aussie CAD, it's very similar, all the Aussie pairs. We've had the pullback. I'm still not keen to get in. Yep, that's a great engulfing candle, but it could just get stopped here at this key area of resistance. So in these circumstances, I prefer to see a lower pullback, a decent pullback from down in here, rather than try to take it from here. A breakout, yes, I would definitely consider it, depending on whether there's divergence between strength and weakness on the currency strength indicator. Aussie JPY, we'll check that. You can see that it did have a pullback. As long as its level holds, a breakout above here could be an interesting proposition. If I lived in a perfect world, again, I would like to see this pullback to down here and retest somewhere in this area. But we don't necessarily get that. The market will do what it wants to do. I'll take a look at, I'm also looking at the Euro AUD. It broke down yesterday, but this area 1.57 is a very key support area, and I'm not really interested unless I get a break below. And if I get a break below, I want to see strong divergence between weakness and strength with the Euro and the AUD. If I don't see that in the break below, I will wait for a close on maybe a 4-hour or hourly chart below this area. Euro New Zealand is very similar. We've had the retest of this level that it broke. That was a nice little trade down there. Now we're looking to see what happens. It's got one inside bar here, so it would have to break the low of yesterday's candle for me to be interested in getting in. And again, it would have to have strong divergence of weakness and strength. So the Euro would have to be very weak and the New Zealand would have to be very strong, and I would trade the breakout. If I don't trade the breakout, again I will wait for a close below this level, and either an hourly or 4-hour chart could give you entry and alarm sitting over here, or give me a warning if it looks like it's going to set up. Now, the next one I want to have a look at is the Euro JPY. Just simply to alert you that it has come back down. It didn't reach that inside trend line on the monthly that we were talking about. That if it broke out here, it could get up here. I'm still of an opinion that we could get a break south here, but we have to wait for a breakout of this level. So keep an eye on it. I just wanted to alert you to the fact that we're back into this consolidation range now, and so keep an eye on it. Euro CAD. Now, that was one of the trades I took on daily candle change. There's the entry. Yesterday we had the pullback, and that's why I had my stop loss above the high of the day before. Now, if you have very small accounts, of course, you just keep your lot size small until your account's big enough to cope with a bigger lot size and not risk too much of your capital. So right now, yesterday, the day before yesterday was this big move up and finish down in here. Looks like we're going to finish it down here. We're about 25 pips up. Depending on what I see developing today on the strength indicator, I may just pull the stop losses now down to break even. There's about 25, 30 pips in here. Now, it's a huge risk to do that because it could just go sideways for a few days and then drop. But price action is suggesting that we are going to get a little bit of a move, a little bit lower, and at least possibly test down here, because this is where my first profit target is, right in here. So we just have to wait and see, and that's the beauty about trading and managing your trade. You just sometimes what you hope to get, that's roughly where my first take profit is going to be. You don't get, and sometimes you have to just manage your trade, protect your capital because it hasn't got a lot of juice in the tank. But at the moment, I'm sitting with that open. The next one I want to take a look at is the New Zealand USD. I'm looking, I again wanted a stronger pullback. So after today's candle, just because it's, pulled back up in here and looks strong, it's not an engulfing candle yet. It doesn't mean to say you should go jumping in, because this is a really key resistance area in here. And we've got to break out of here if we're going any higher. And again, keep your eye on the US dollar index, because that will give you a real clue. If we get a really strong break lower on the US dollar index, I'd be all over a breakthrough of this resistance area here. There's nothing on the US caddy. At this stage, the key levels are still holding here. I have alarms set, US, Swissy, just waiting to see if this is going to hold as a strong resistance area. And if the US dollar has to be weaker for this to make a move lower. So there's nothing there at the moment. US dollar JPY, after a push up yesterday, we have today's candle that's still open. It's got another hour before it closes. We're having a suggestion that this could make another move down. It's broken the 104 area. Now, it doesn't mean to say that it will. And again, there's no divergence between strength and weakness on the strength indicator at the moment. So I'm not even putting a pending order in here. Right in here is a pretty key area for me. You can look at the touch of support. That was a reasonably strong support area where price reacted. It either broke below or held. And so just on that information alone, I'm looking to this next area that it needs to clean out. I have an alarm set, and I'll just keep an eye on it today. At the moment, I wouldn't consider it because there's no strong divergence between strength and weakness. Now, the strength indicator that I have is one that I rent, and it's very, very good. And what I'm seeing on there at the moment, most of the currencies are flatlining it right now, just an hour out from daily candle change, with the exception of the yen and the Swissy. They're showing a little push up right now. But it's only what we call a single gap on that indicator. So it's not enough for me to go jump on an Asian session. So usually so you've got to play safe. Now let's go and look at gold. There's nothing happening. Just be patient. The moves on gold will come again. That was a nice little move down. Right now we're waiting to see if this 1855 area is going to hold. And we'll just wait and see how this progresses. This could come back and retest up here. But right down there's nothing. My big key area for this now for a breakout higher is at 1900. I'd be definitely interested in that, flipping on home and repeating the back of the set. Now silver, very similar. 26 is the line in the sand. Prepared to dip my toe in the water if we get a breakout through here. Now there's some well-known commentators suggesting that gold and silver will make a move lower before it kicks in for another run, another bullish run. We'll have to wait and see what the market gives us. So there you have it. Those are the things that I'm looking for today. Just before we go, I wanted to take a quick look at the pound USD because that was a great little trade last night. After the Frankfurt candle, I put a comment in the chat and just said, look, things are looking flat. I'm going to make a decision, not to trade. And so I didn't, I plotted around. I waited for the Frankfurt, for the London candle, Frankfurt candle to close, London to close. And this was the London candle right in here. And before I went to bed, all I did was put a pending order just in here. And I put a stop order just below this candle here. So those are around about 24 pips. Took my first, I took profit because I placed a take profit order in here at 20 pips again at 50, and then when I got up this morning, I closed at 68 pips at the position. So the only reason I did that was because at the point in time, the pound was one of the strongest currencies along with the New Zealand Aussie. I wasn't interested in taking pound JPY or pound Swiss, although you could have done it with the pound JPY. That had a nice strength. But before I went to bed and I was looking, and before I made the decision to put the pending order in, the yen was quite flat, whereas the weakest currency was the US dollar, and the divergence between the pound and the US was the biggest. So that's the one I decided on. I just went to bed and wake up to this. So there you have it. Easy peasy. Take care and look after your capital. Please stay safe with this raging virus that's out there. And, protect yourself to the best of your ability. And make sure that your family's safe. I wish you well for a prosperous trading day today and for the rest of the week. And we'll see you in the chat room. Hit the subscribe button and let me know. Just right now, if you want to get in touch with me and get into the chat room, if anybody watches, you can use this email address here. And it's just Kiwi FX67 FX67 at gmail.com. And you contact me there if you want to get in. It's not going to cost you anything, and I'll get in touch with you from there. So there you have it. Take care, stay safe, and look after your capital. Remember, without it, you can't trade. Take your profit when it's there. Don't get greedy. Cheers. See you in the chat room.